This guy seems like a total fucking winner. I haven't read it. It I saw a lot of people talking about it, so I figured let's dive in. I think from what I saw with some of the tweets, I think this person is a high school teacher, which fucking terrifies me. But we're gonna get into it. Oh, there's arrows here. Do we get more? Oh no, that was the arrows on his Instagram. So I think this guy is a PPC candidate as well. In fact, it'll tell us here. People Party's candidate designed shootout video game using cultural stereotypes and gay pride parades as targets. Okay? So we had covered on Monday Mark Emery, who's been credibly accused of being really fucking icky with minors. And so now you have a PPC candidate who's creating video games that are targeting cultural stereotypes and gay pride parades. So this party is shitty. I wish people would cover them in as much disdain that is needed. But instead, we get Globe and Mail op-eds saying we need their voices. Did you see that? That was like yesterday.
What was that one?
Let me find the fucking thing. Or not even, yeah. Maybe they took it down. This guy in the Globe and Mail wrote an op-ed that was basically like, even though the PPC are disgusting, they need to have representation. I'm pretty sure that was the tagline of the article. Like it was just fucking like no, they don't. Like maybe even though they represent a part of our country, sadly, maybe we don't need them to have any representation. Maybe they should not be in our parliament at all. Maybe that would be better than the opposite. Yeah, I don't see it, so I might have gotten rid of it. I did type it in the thing and I didn't see it. So maybe they deleted it. Maybe they cringed so hard after posting it that they no longer stand by it. But they did post it for a second there, and it was pretty gross. Pretty gross.
Woohoo.
So let's get to the. Anyways, PPC do not need representation. We do not need to say like maybe they should come to the debate. And if you're a person who works in media, don't even invite them to the debates. I already talked about how I called the CBC reporter. Like, if a candidate is also a child predator, like maybe just be like, no, we're not going to let this person have a platform. We're not going to let the person who's accused of abusing minors have a debate. They're just not allowed. We're not going to let the people who spread transphobic shit. We're not going to let the people who are completely utter racist. They just don't get a platform. Goodbye. All right. One of Maxime Bernier's candidates in suburban Ontario designed a controversial cultural shootout video game that lets players take aim at pride parades and caricatures of different cultures. But Mario Greco, the People Party's candidate in Vaughan Woodbridge, defends the artistic merit of his game, arguing that what it actually aims to do is unite humanity. Dear fucking Lord. Before becoming a high school computer teacher at York Region District School Board, Greco studied video game design at the University of Ontario Institute of Technology. Oh my god, those people are unionized by PSAC. In Oakville, I think. Oakville? I think it's Oakville. While at UOIT, and I should say, it's the TA students who are unionized by PSAC at UOIT. While at UOIT, Greco found himself in controversy over a game he designed called Happy Culture Shootout, a Space Invader-style game that allows players to control a spaceship that shoots laser beams at caricatures of various identity groups. This game is about an alien ordered to invade Earth and transport all humans to Happy Land, Greco says on his personal website, which includes other games he authored like Die Mauer, about a young misunderstood hero who seeks to liberate post-war Germany from Soviet rule.
Ooh.
That, like, I realize that it's not, like, explicitly saying he's taking the side of the Nazis here, because, like, it's post the war, but it's just it's on the cusp of that, on the cusp of that. Despite claiming his game is meant to end global war and discrimination, Greco notes some people were offended by this game. I wonder why. Jesus. And here's some image of this game, apparently. The People Party's candidate is careful to note that players do not kill anyone in the game, but instead send them to a place called Happy Land. They're not dying in the game. No one's dying in the game. There isn't a single person that dies in the game, Greco told PressProgress. They're beams of light. No one's dying. They're being sent to Happy Land because the goal was to end war and discrimination. This is clearly
It's
that,
so
like,
fucking.
yeah.
It's just so stupid. It looks like a shit game too, guy.
I
Like, come
know.
on.
I know.
At least make it a good game if
Yeah,
you're
put
gonna
in
be
the
like
fucking effort.
shitty
Yeah.
about it.
The Nazi prick ought to go to Happy Land. Seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Greco believes there are other misunderstandings about the premise of his game. Okay, here it comes. In a since deleted video obtained by PressProgress, the People's Party candidate delivered a presentation to UOIT students several years ago, offering his post-mortem on his game. Greco expresses surprise that students and faculty reacted negatively to the game, with one calling it the most racist game I've ever played. Greco says his game is not racist in the slightest, noting he made fun of his own Italian heritage.
Okay, Mario.
Mario Greco, oh my god. His name is Mario.
Spaghetti.
Hey! Oh, bada boom, bada bing.
Pasta.
Oh no, we gotta do it. I'm going for it.
No spoilers. We're not spoiling the
No?
podcast episode.
Listen, we can play the clip just for a little treat, can't we? Just a little treat. I don't even know how to search for it, so if you're not gonna help me, I can't do it.
Nope. We're not doing it.
Ah, you're missing out. Stream, you're
No
missing
pizza,
out.
no pasta.
It's a me, Mario. It's a me, Mario the Greco. Come and take
See, I
the
wasn't sure if it was
meatballs.
going to be Italian or Greek. And like
Oh.
either way, it kind of fit our like themes today of.
Oh my god. He also claims some students thought his gay pride level was hilarious. Okay. My friends and I loved it. Hilarious. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, hilarious? Like, maybe some of them were like, oh, that's funny, Mario. My friends and I love people of all cultures, and we also love humor of all types, Greco says in the video. That includes harmless racist jokes. This game was intended to make a joke about how ridiculous cultural stereotypes are so we can all laugh about it together and move on with our lives. Dear Lord. And then there's a tweet here. The number one ethnicity most bothered by happy culture shootout, strangely enough, are white people. Again, the people who hate identity politics are always playing identity politics.
Yeah.
Today, the high school teacher says he is unsure if his video game was racist. What? How can you be unsure of that? People can believe what they want to pieces of art. Oh god, he's making the any interpretations. Like, you can interpret it racist if you want to. God damn it. Oh my god. These days, anything could be perceived as racist. Oh my god. I just picked up stereotypes on the fly. So he's acknowledging that they were fucking stereotypes. I put in Italian stereotypes, Canadian stereotypes. Like how Russell Peters would make fun of different cultures. At least one stereotype didn't make the final cut of the game, however. During his presentation, the People's Party candidate offers an interesting side note about the game's Israel level. Dear Lord. According to Greco, a faculty member strongly recommended he remove Jewish stereotypes from the game. Do you think he? Oh my! He probably used like the cartoons, the noses, and all that. But that is my guess is what he probably used as fucking images.
Oh yeah. No, I'm sure it was.
It really
Sure, it was
says
rough.
more about you if you think it's racist. Triumph of the Will is just a movie about cool military stuff. No war and no politics there. I mean, it's just how you interpret it, right? Just about the interpretation. Interesting side note. Used to have Israel level in game, showcase Jewish stereotypes. So, this is a weird slide. I agreed and acted upon it immediately, changed Israel level to Sweden. Why is that an interesting side note? What for this all this for this? Greco is philosophical about the controversy. One might say that it was too early to release that type of game, as society is still not in a state of to accept unconventional games, Greco says in the video. He draws parallels with a game called Super Columbine Massacre RPG, which allows players to simulate the 1999 Columbine High School massacre that left 13 dead and 21 injured, describing it as a legitimate form of art. Some may consider it to have done more justice for the victims of the tragedy than any news coverage, he says. But suggests its message was misunderstood too. How? How? I guess maybe because you fight the killers rather than like reverse or something. I don't know what he's trying to say. When it comes to art, the high school teacher told PressProgress, art is in the eye of the beholder. Of course. If someone has a napkin and fixes it up a certain way and they find it to be emotionally evoking, then that to them would be art. Okay, we're getting an art lesson from Super Mario here. Adding his comments about Super Columbine Massacre RPG were meant in a liberal sense like that. In 2006, PC World magazine named Super Columbine Massacre RPG the second worst video game of all time. Okay.
Wow.
What was the worst?
Yeah. I think I care about that more than I care about the rest of this article.
There's a link to it. Maybe it's gonna link to
We have predictions of E.T., Superman 64.
10 worst games of all time. It's on number
I don't
2.
know what.
We got 2 and 3. Oh, we have to navigate off of this to get the rest.
Oh no.
Previous. Okay, next. Oh, so that's 4 and 5. So I had to go previous. Okay, previous. Riveting. Why is it so slow to load these pages? Previous. Number 1. Number 1. E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Sorry, E.T. came out in 1982?
Yeah, it was released for the Atari. I know all about how terrible this game is. Oh, 2 cars already beat me to it. Like, it is a terrible
Yeah.
game, and there's a history to this. Just like, I was expecting the list to be like worst in terms of like content, not in terms of like playability and like shit like that. You know what I mean? E.T. the Extraterrestrial. That's why they didn't label it. Because if you have this in 2006, PC World Magazine named Super Columbine Massacre RPG the second worst video game of all time behind E.T. the Extraterrestrial. It doesn't land the way that you want it to. Greco ended his presentation by acknowledging Happy Culture Shootout may have been a mistake, but he'd do it again. If I could go back in time to prevent myself from making Happy Culture Shootout, I wouldn't, Greco says. Mistakes help you grow to be a better person. Except now he's a PPC candidate, so, I mean, that's yet to be seen. Today, the People Party candidate says he stands behind that statement and is taken aback by suggestions his video game points to extreme or far-right views, even though now he's a candidate for a far-right party. So, like, what was this? So this was, like, some sort of, like, presentation about his game. Like, I think that, like, we already, like, read it, but, like, it's kind of weird. I guess it was some presentation he did while at the UOIT? But it seems like the presentation was for people, like, not for his class. It was, like, for other people. That's just freaking weird. I don't see any kind of right-wing or far-right-wing or extremist views from that because you're trying to unite humanity. Okay. But outside of the game, Greco has posted statements on social media that appear to echo far-right talking points even after becoming a high school teacher. Critical race theory is a cancer that needs to die. May 3rd, 2021. Yeah. This is why, though, like, this is why we talk about critical race theory on this channel and why we went over James Lindsay. Those videos, again, are up on YouTube. Based on content number 1 would probably be, or that one day of the rope game from a couple years ago. I don't.
Yeah, but I think that article was like older than at least a couple of years. And I don't know about that first one, and I don't want to know more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Same, and I didn't even say it. Yeah. In 2017, Greco posted a photo on Facebook of an illustration of Pepe the Frog, which he said was drawn by students on the whiteboard of his York Region High School classroom. The Anti-Defamation League and Southern Poverty Center both note Pepe the Frog has associations with the alt-right, which appropriated it as a symbol. The photo also includes references to a fictional country associated with the alt-right trolls and gamer slang, often associated with a slur towards people with autism. Greco denied the symbols are associated with alt-right online culture. It's associated with people who are anti-establishment. Now, Kekistan is definitely... Pepe is one of these symbols that's been, like, appropriated and reappropriated and, like, all that kind of stuff. But Kekistan was explicitly created as, like, an ironic troll on Nazism while, like, defending itself as, like, Nazism. So, like, if you look at the flag here, and you'll still get people today. So this is here's the image where it, like, shares them, right? They were made to represent the Nazi flag here. And then they like to say, but we're just trolling. We're just trolling. The only problem is that, as with any trolls, all the people who adopted this symbol started doing acts of violent racism while wearing the fucking symbol, including somebody who stormed the Capitol on January 6th, dressed complete in a Pepe costume while wearing a Kekistani cape. But it's all just jokes and ironic humor. This is like, this whole thing that we've watched so far is a reason why ironic humor is not good. I had a recent discussion with someone. We've talked about him as, like, an other. His name is Layman, and on election night or close to election night, he's doing a stream with Nora, which is gross. But he and a bunch of other lefties. But this Layman guy claims to be a centrist. He did an ironic thirst post. What he was describing as ironic, a thirst post for Lauren Southern. And part of my issue is, if you're thirst posting for Lauren Southern, how am I supposed to know that it's ironic or not? Because you could just fall back on the irony, but it just looks like that you're thirsting over a white nationalist. Yes, fuck that guy. Absolute deep shit. I agree. He's blocked me, and but every time I mention him, he seems to come out of nowhere and starts yelling at me.
Layman and Nora Loretto.
Nora Loretto is Sandy and Nora. I like Nora Loretto, but yeah. Why are lefties hanging with them? That was my guess. It was Nora Alliance from the Surfs, I think, and then the Rational National guy, or maybe it was someone else, not the Surfs. I can't remember, but it was like three. Oh no, it was Christo Avalis. The three of them, Layman, and it was being hosted by some guy named Heemdout. And Heemdout does the debate circuit, so I think that's why he got brought on board. And also, they're all Canadian, so Layman is Canadian. But it was like, and I don't know if this has already happened or it will happen. It's just like Layman blocked me because he posted Heem is a lib. Okay, he posted this Layman guy posted some meme that was like he was criticizing lefties who posted. It was like the centrist comparing like Nazis to communists, or what was it? Oh, now I can't remember. It was like all violence is bad. That was the meme. All violence is bad. That somehow the fascists are equivalent to the communists, right? And it's like centrist meme, and he's like centrists don't actually think that. In fact, centrists just believe rational things, and so if it's rational, it's centrist. Like, and then like when I pushed him on it, like I kept pushing him further and further, and he eventually admitted that Nazis can be centrists, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then he blocked me. Fucking fascists. Centrists, I mean, sorry. Whoops. Christo's YouTube content is insufferable Trump drama clickbait. I know. And the thing is, I enjoy Christo as a person, but I do agree with your assessment of his content. I know Christo predominantly before he started doing content. He was he was a member of our union, so I knew him through that. Yeah. Because he was a part of the PSAC union out of Kingston at Queen's University, and so that's how I got to know him first. Heemed out is one of those people proud to be a centrist liberal. I'm working on him, but it's so infuriating sometimes. Well, I've seen him have good take, but then some of his other takes are just definitely centrist, and so I try to stay away from the debate sphere. We are you will never find me in that debate culture because I do not like the fact that they platform conservatives as if they're just normal people who we should hear out in some capacity. I will not be that. The only kind of debate you will find me engaged in this channel would be if like some extremely random person wanted to just have a casual chat with me, and I might like record it prior to posting it anywhere and without an audience. Uh, my worst part about like not recording it earlier is that I don't want him on stream to like start dropping N bombs or some shit, you know. But that would be
Okay, Dan, come and chat.
yeah. Debate you on what? Debate you on what? I think these glasses should be worn. Okay, you win. You win, Dan. LOL, just kidding. It's so weird. I remember when Layman was just the only positive reply guy for Conrad Golden. Turns out you can farm clout by just saying stupid shit loudly. He was like doing shit with Conrad Golden? Is it because Conrad Golden was the guy who used to be like a Sargon dude, wasn't he? And then he sort of like left Sargon because he realized that Sargon was too right wing and it contrasts with his like centrism. That's him. I feel like I remember this drama. Maybe he's been on Dylan Burns once. He's been on the debate sphere too. I got really mad at him because he kept the other thing that Layman kept doing was he kept posting that he can't be a leftist because of his own mental illness. And I'm just like I didn't want to pry too hard because I'm like you have a mental illness, that's your thing. I'm not going to. But it was like, how do these two things relate at all? You know? And that just seems like a weird thing to announce constantly on Twitter. Anyways, I have no respect for Layman.
New debate segment on Imperial News. We will debate any of our Patreon patrons.
No, God. No, God. I only say that because like,
you get to choose the topic.
That's fun right now, but like if anyone catches on, then people donating like just to debate me. I hate debates are so pointless. I hate them. I prefer conversation. And I also think I also think some conversations are not worth having, you know? I don't think that I need to have a conversation with this dude. The guy who's like, well, what about irony? This person is not worth having a conversation with. You know what I mean? A conversation with Laura Southern? Is Laura like her alter ego? How to best treat our immigrants? Yeah, exactly. And like I don't hate Lance from the Surfs. I think their content when they're streaming stuff is fun, sure, but like debating her was such a stupid idea. So stupid. I eat up to like yes, I watch a debate, but like it comes from just like it's the drama of it, and it has nothing to do with like the end result of the content. You know what I mean? It's not like, as you said, they're not productive, right? But I understand it if you enjoy watching it purely for the drama. The thing that I hate is that there's a culture of people out there. I'm not going to name names, like I don't hate these people, but they constantly need to like stand for or promote the idea that like somehow in having these debates we're changing the culture, man. We're having an effect. We're making change. We're debating our way to like leftism. We're going to do it. And it's like that's not how it works. It's not how it works. It's cool entertainment. It's just and here's the other part of it too. Some minds might be changed, but you don't know. Like the part of my issue is the evidentiary question, which is like, sure, some minds might be changed, but how many minds did it backfire? Like something you said landed weird, and like 2 years later, they're like, remember when that lefty said that fucking stupid thing? And like they move out of it. So it's like no one's doing some sort of like peer reviewed study on the nature of like debate to know how like every interaction like through the like debate calculus to know that it has some sort of magical effect. And so yeah, I think conversations work. I think like not like one-sided me critiquing them here and just playing their thing where they can't rebut or like where they can't like troll, irony, gish gallop, all that shit, and just have them there with me like talking about it. I think that's way more. It's entertainment, but I also think like there's some aspect of it that's slightly more effective than just like being in the battleground of ideas, punching it
See,
out.
I do think that we should still have a Patreon level that is, we will have one debate with you on Twitch, and just like have it be an absurd number, like $69 or something, and uh,
Should they be like
just like
pre-planned topics though? Like should we be like and like should they be
no, we
like
just don't
canvassing?
specify how long the debate's gonna be.
Have you seen the Monty Python sketch about argument?
Ooh, Diet Pepsi.
This is the Diet Pepsi hour of the program. Boop, 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 boop. Are you feeling young and excited? Oh my god. Who's ready to stream?
What is this? Are you guys kidding me?
Oh my god. I do love the Diet Pepsi ads so much.
I have to
The
say
dream is to be sponsored by Diet Pepsi.
I feel like
Regular
whoever
Pepsi, we don't want your shit.
yes, Simone. I feel like whoever just followed that this is another troll account. But that is a hilarious name. I think it's alright to enjoy some sphincter, so thank you for following, but please don't be a racist troll. Or a bot. Just be someone who's really into sphincter. I'm cool with that. You can be that person. You can be the sphincter enjoyer in our chat. What do you want, Simone? We already gave you love on today's stream. We don't need more love. No more love. Where am I? Oh, we're at the
rare
end of this
convergence of Diet Pepsi hour and Simone time.
Yeah, it's just everything's coming all at once. We got like 3 or 4 like last paragraphs into this. Who isn't into them? Who isn't into sphincters? People without sphincters are probably. I don't know. Yeah, maybe, or maybe they're into them because they want them. I don't know. I don't know. Evan Baldward, cool dude. By the way, I like Evan. Executive Director of the Canadian Anti-Hate Network, said the People's Party of Canada's, or the People, Jesus, People's Party
PP
Canada,
party.
PP Party, posting history raises a number of red flags. To have a teacher that clearly has not discouraged students from sharing a meme that makes fun of people with autism spectrum disorder. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the aspect of this. But yes. And the frog and Kekistan thing, all of which are references from 4chan about the alt-right. It's fairly concerning. Greco's social media postings and video game themes point to someone who is soaked in memes and irony. Exactly. This is why Evan's a cool dude. His defense of shooting things at people with these racial stereotypes is that instead he's teleporting them away to a happy place. So he's segregating them? That's his defense? It's not murder, I'm just sending them away. Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but yeah, still icky. Even if you take it on face value, that's not good. And then on top of that, it's just I'm just not buying it. Yeah, neither am I. The People's Party candidate told PressProgress people can think whatever they want of him. If anyone asks me, are you this or are you that? I'd ask them, what do you think? Who do you think I am? Just like how people would judge a piece of art, people can judge a person the same way. Well, I don't need to ask you. You're a racist asshole. You.
I can't imagine having that dude as my high school teacher.
Right?
My God.
Apparently he only teaches computer class. For someone who's allegedly from an anti-hate organization, sure has a lot of hate for some passionate white Canadians. Yeah. Go follow antihate.ca. They're awesome folk. Awesome folk. Much appreciated. I appreciate all the work they do.
Hello, my rebels. Hello, my rebels. I'm a good boy. I'm a weirdo.